All right, boys, welcome to the second ever episode of the American Mates podcast. I'm here tonight joined by Mason and Joey as usual. Unfortunately, Mason's brother Noah unable to record for today's episode, but hopefully he'll be able to be in next week's episode for you guys. Mason also, as you guys can tell, fresh cut, buzz cut, he had to get rid of that mop, so it's always good. All right, boys, let's get started with the soccer. First topic of today, we got Sergio Aguero announcing that he will be leaving Man City at the end of the season. This kind of caught me by surprise because, he's just done so much for Man City. He's played there for so long, won so many titles and stuff, and I just, I don't know. I didn't expect him to leave this soon, but, I mean, looking back at his time at Man City and stuff, he has such a good legacy there. He has won so many awards, titles. He's scored in so many games, so many important games for them. That goal against QPR to win the title on the last minute of the season was arguably one of the greatest moments in Premier League history. Still gives Joey nightmares, as we know.
Okay, no nightmares.
Did
But
he say why he wanted to leave? It's so weird because they're still winning trophies and stuff.
It's personally because Man City are giving up on him. So basically, last season, Aguero didn't score that many goals. This season, Aguero's injured. And it's kind of like, he's getting older. They have to move on. And I think Man City and Aguero both, agreed on that. Both of them should Aguero should move on to another place.
Yeah, no, I can see him leaving. I don't think his skill really compares with Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus gets more minutes than him.
Well, it's because Aguero's been hurt most of the season, and also
I knew that, but even now that he's come back,
just because he's slower now that he's older, and it seems like such a sudden drop off, but stuff like that can happen.
Erling Haaland inbound, boys.
I was just about to say, I think the Erling Haaland links and rumors definitely played into that.
Yeah,
true. I think he'll be a good fit. If he goes to Barca, I think that would be a good home for him. They've kind of been
definitely
lacking a really strong striker since Suarez left. Griezmann's kind of all over the place on the field. Yeah. Sometimes he's scoring, sometimes he's not. Sometimes he's wing, sometimes he's midfield, sometimes he's striker. Messi's been playing out wide. Lately, they've been having Dembele play striker, and
he's just not it.
As a Barca fan, as a Dembele fan, that is not where he's meant to be. I remember watching the game against PSG, the second leg.
Oh my
I saw him kick it straight at Keylor Navas 5 times in a row.
Yeah, I think he had 5 shots on target alone in the first half, which is pretty absurd. He's good. I think he ended up finishing with 7 on target that game.
Yeah, he's good at making the chances and all. It's just I don't think he's really has that lethal finishing yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aguero, I don't know where else I could see him. I got excited. I saw him linked with Benfica this morning. I don't want to get my hopes up because I every time I get my hopes up, it never happens. But that would be nice.
I could see Aguero. I don't know what Aguero is obviously thinking, but the way I see it is he could also go back to Argentina, seeing that he could probably say he doesn't feel like playing in a top I think he's perfectly fit to play in a top 5 league still, but maybe he thinks that he shouldn't, and maybe he wants to go back to Argentina or something.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I could definitely see him going back to Boca Juniors or just a team. River Plate, I think it was where he started, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I could see him going back to Argentina.
It's kind of registering in my head for some reason. I don't know if it's just because a lot of Argentinian players kind of tend to go there, but I could see him in the Serie A for some reason, just somewhere in there.
Yeah. I think I saw a report about Juventus. It's one of those things where it's just every team is linked with him, like Erling Haaland, but I could see
he
he could go back to Atletico.
Yeah, that also. But I mean,
I think
I know
Barcelona's a bigger chance.
I
of
haven't I
him
haven't
going.
seen this anywhere. I haven't seen this anywhere. But imagine the scenes if he was like like if he was in a deal like where Lautaro went to Man City, and it was like Man City Inter gave Man City money. I don't know. It's tough because they're both so good. It's like, who knows? A straight swap could happen.
That
Yeah.
I
would be
mean,
insane. Now,
that would break headlines. But
yeah.
all right, on to the next topic, boys. We're gonna be talking about Robert Lewandowski's unfortunate injury suffered during international break. This one hurts.
You hate to
Just
see it.
like
You
it.
really do.
We were just talking about it in the last episode. He was like about to break the record.
Yep.
It's never been close of anyone touching that record. 40 goals in a single season nowadays is unheard of. And
Yeah.
is he at 34, 35?
35
Yeah,
goals right now.
35 with what? 6 games left? 7?
Somewhere around there.
Honestly,
I honestly
Something
don't.
like that.
It's like
It
maybe even 8. I don't even. It's somewhere in that
how many
range.
games? How many games did
Yeah.
they play?
Uh
34.
I want to say 34, but I don't want to sound.
Yeah,
dumb.
17 teams times 34. So they have 8 games left.
Hopefully he's not out for too many, because I'm confident if he has 5 games left, he can score 1 per game
Oh my god, yeah.
easily,
I
easily
think
more.
he can literally get it in one game. Yeah,
True.
he's
It
that
sounds
good.
crazy.
I mean, he literally got subbed on a couple years ago and scored 5 in 9 minutes.
Dude, yeah, it sucks that has to happen, but
Mm. Who do you guys think is gonna replace him in this Bayern team? Especially, they got. I do think like I don't think so much in the Bundesliga because there's not competition, but they got PSG in the Champions League, both legs. We got coming up next week and the week after that. There's not that much time in between. He's
Yeah.
going to be out for both of them. Who would you guys, if I'll ask for each of your opinions. If you were manager, what would you do and what you think Hans Dieter Flick will do?
I think like people think of Eric Choupo-Moting, and I think Eric Choupo-Moting is kind of like a meme because just like he
All his misses.
played at Stoke, then somehow got a move to PSG,
His agent definitely helped
missed
with that.
missed whatever, kicked the ball off the line, then scored the winning goal against Atalanta to send them to the final or semifinal, and
Yeah. Oh
then
my god, I forgot that happened last
and
year.
then anyways at Bayern. He got subbed on against Lazio, he scored a goal. But
Mhm.
I think the coach probably believes in him and probably would put him in against PSG. But I think if I was the manager, I would definitely put in Serge Gnabry at striker just because I think Serge Gnabry is a very good goal scorer. And I would have him Serge Gnabry, Sane and Coleman, or even you could put Muller out wide too. But
Mhm.
that's my opinion.
I
What do you
think
think, Mace?
slide Muller up and put Thiago Dantas behind him. Nah, I'm joking. That's the Portuguese in me. But I think I would probably maybe put in like Musiala or somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody, and I'd probably realistically though put Muller up, but that's just me. I feel like he's good at working his way around there, maybe like a center forward more type of position than like a
Mhm.
real number 9. And I feel like
Yeah.
that would be he could cover up well enough.
Mm. Yeah, I can agree with what both of you said. I mean, I personally think he's just gonna play everybody the same and have Choupo-Moting up front
Yeah.
because he's proven, as much of a meme as he is, he's proven that he can score at times. I mean, he's their only option though.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
dude, it kills
Unless
me.
or
Joshua Xerxes should
yeah.
have this
Jo-
opportunity right now.
I think Joshua Xerxes was a mistake by Bayern to let him go on loan and kind of like give up on him.
or
Yeah.
Jan Fiete Arp, the
If
Korean mode
Jan
legend.
no, if Jan Fiet Arp makes the bench against PSG, step in the right direction for him for his
Yeah,
career,
that
definitely.
could be the start.
He could.
Imagine.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
think
cheap
about
out.
Joshua Xerxes last season. Lewandowski got injured. They had no one else. They called him up. They put him in, and he scored a goal. He scored 2 goals in his debut. Then kept on scoring, not like scoring a lot, but kept on performing well.
Mm.
I think it could be Jan Vidal's chance. Probably not, but could be.
That would be
I
fun.
mean, imagine if can they not that they will, and I don't think they will, but could they recall him on loan, even though
No,
it's a loan to buy?
no, because there's a 30-day waiting period from. Oh wait, actually, it might be over by now because if you think about it, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. That concludes that topic. Moving on. How we feel about honestly, like this Lewandowski injury does affect and benefit some teams in some ways. What would you guys think about RB Leipzig's title hopes now in the Bundesliga?
Definitely improved. They're definitely more of a chance than
Definitely a
when
chance.
Lewandowski's healthy. I think Bayern is a well-oiled machine, though. I don't know if they're really going to be stopped by this. Hey, you never know, though. I mean, Lewa does score a lot of goals, so like, for all we know, it could suck. Do I think that's realistic? Probably not. But
Mhm.
the big game 2 days from now. Well, by the time this is uploaded, tomorrow, Leipzig versus Bayern. I'm pretty sure, right? Third.
I
That
think, yeah. I think it's coming up this
that'll
weekend.
that'll be
I'll have to check on that, but yeah.
yeah, that'll be very telling.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of
No, yeah, for sure.
that's definitely like going to be the swing of it. I think if Leipzig lose, there's not really much hope.
Yeah, no,
Definitely,
I can agree with that. Yeah, it's on
it's tomorrow.
yeah, tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be
Oh
very
well,
Uh-oh.
it's. Oh
no,
wait,
it's
no,
all
no,
Oh,
right.
no.
wait.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Tomorrow.
I
I
just
forgot
like
to.
bad, but you guys didn't really say anything.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, I think if Leipzig win tomorrow, which they definitely can, because look at the team they have. If they win tomorrow, that's definitely going to put, pressure on Bayern. I think that pressure can stop them.
Yeah.
Can like they tied to Byfield, Armenia Byfield. No one's ever heard of, and I think that probably can affect them deeply. And
Mhm,
yeah, I think Leipzig definitely have a chance now.
mhm.
I think they still had a chance, but I think their chances are
Yeah, I
increasing.
mean, especially with injuries now, like to Bayern's team and stuff, it's like I do believe that they play PSG either on Tuesday or on Wednesday. So like
They're gonna have to
Leipzig
run.
doesn't have anything to. They just have the Bundesliga right now. They go
Yep.
full strength
Yep.
against. This is their match of the season. This is the most important
That was
match.
True.
it's kind of similar to Man United when they got knocked out of the Champions
Mhm.
League. It was like they have nothing to lose, and then that's when they shot up to
Yeah,
first. But now,
Leipzig
obviously,
to me is
dropped.
such an exciting team to watch.
Yeah.
I love watching. They have one of
Yeah,
the best young managers in Julian Nagelsmann and stuff.
Even
At
without
first,
Timo Werner, they're still pretty.
yeah, I did not expect them to be doing this. Like, especially losing such a big like key to your team and still
yeah,
performing at this level. They just keep bringing guys in. You just hear
yeah.
all these youngsters that all the clubs want. They end up at Leipzig, and it's like
Dude,
clearly it's
they're
working.
definitely gonna have somebody with Brian Brobby up being there next season.
Oh my
It's
god,
gonna be even better.
I know. And like Dominic, what's his name from Hungary?
Yeah, Sabotsalai.
Sabotsalai. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's quality too. They in Kunku in France, or the Frenchman who plays
Yeah,
for Leipzig, they got him for free. I'm pretty sure on a
yeah,
free
they did.
transfer.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
he's
very good. I remember
PSG. PSG do weird things with their players. They like let a lot of players go for
Oh
free
yeah, I
from their
know. So many
academy.
guys were made in the PSG academy and they got let go.
hmm,
But
I mean,
yeah,
the
Leipzig have a
one
team.
thing I do think Leipzig has a really good shot now, but kind of shifting gears a little bit. One thing that bothers me is that this really seems to be the year that Dortmund had a chance,
Yeah, it did. It did.
and
Even
they
Leverkusen too.
really blew it.
Leverkusen had Moussa Diaby and Leon Bailey playing so good at the beginning of the season. They
Mhm.
had Patrick Schick.
Yeah.
Both teams looked like they were gearing up for a strong title race, and they kind of dropped, and now that allowed Frankfurt and Wolfsburg to surprisingly be in the
Oh
Champions League
my
might be in
gosh.
the Champions League next year.
Wolfsburg, one of the best bounce back seasons I've ever seen. They were literally fighting to go down to the second division last year.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. But yeah, I think we can all agree their chances definitely got higher. Leipzig's chances of winning the title. Is it going to
Yeah.
be easy for them? No. But they do have a chance.
Yeah.
All right. On to what we believe were surprises during the international break. I'll start off with one that caught everybody's eye. It was the game from 2 days ago, Germany against North Macedonia. That was unbelievable. It was in Germany. North Macedonia, since I've been alive, I don't acknowledge North Macedonia having any big wins against anyone.
Yeah.
Like, this was crazy. And it's like, Germany, as a Portugal fan, I get nervous of that group with France, Germany, and Hungary. But then you see stuff like this, and it's like, are they really that good? Like, should we even be that worried?
Yeah.
It just seems like they can't put teams away because Werner, as a Chelsea fan, it pains me to say this, but he has no confidence, and he's not Timo Werner from last year.
It did, and that thing didn't help his confidence either. That game did not help his
Oh
confidence.
my God, he missed a wide open tap.
At this point, I love you, Timo. Again, if you're tuning in,
But you're gonna be on this show one day.
I believe in you. I believe in you. I want that to be clearly stated. But at this point, I don't know what it's going to take to bring his confidence back. Because it's like, I know what it feels like just in general, in things like to get in your own head. It's like it's so hard to just pull yourself out of it, and it's like, okay. To be fair though, he was playing great up until then.
He
has been playing great. So it's not like if all that hadn't, it's just like he can't catch a break.
I hope this doesn't turn into another slump.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to spend too much more time on this game. One more thing I would like to mention, though, is Goran Pandev, the 37-year-old striker from North Macedonia, did score against Germany. I found that to be pretty nice to see. All right, on to you guys.
All right, so Ireland, FA Ireland, please do something. 1-0 to Luxembourg was probably one of my most embarrassing moments as an Irish American to date. I'm not saying Kenny out. Maybe improve the program or something. Make good players want to stay. Declan Rice, I'm talking to you. I was just under Kenny. The Irish national team is 0-11 in competitive matches at this point. Just please do something, and to not drag that topic on because it hurts my brain cells. Czech Republic won, Belgium won was a game that I found interesting. I watched the YouTube video a few months ago. I sent it to them probably almost a year ago this time about Czech Republic's golden generation, and we're pretty much living in it. So I'm excited to see what they can do in the future. Patrick Schick, Alex Krall,
Souček.
Who else?
They got that right back as well.
Sufal, Adam Halazek.
Yep.
It's
a
gonna
lot
be
of great
exciting.
players. It's gonna be its country that you might not think of right away. Them and Norway. That's something I'm looking forward to. Two countries.
Don't forget about Ukraine too.
True. I always forget about them. All right, Joey.
Joey, on to you.
All right. Let's talk about Armenia real quick. Armenia, probably not a team you think of a lot. And they're top of the table right now in their qualifiers group. They beat Liechtenstein, obviously a team that sucks. Iceland, which is I would consider Iceland better than Armenia, and Romania, another team I would consider better than Armenia, and they beat both of them. And hey, if they make it to the World Cup, fair play to them, which would be really good for them.
That would be crazy.
The day that I see Armenia in the World Cup, I know something's wrong.
Yeah, pretty much.
No offense to any Armenians watching this, but the Cinderella run is going to come to an end soon.
All right.
Let's see if
It's
that goes back
just
down.
Joey. You had
The-
another game that you had
yeah,
mentioned that you wanted
the
to talk about.
next game, next team I think I'm gonna talk about is Georgia. Georgia almost beat Spain. You know, they scored the early goal, but it's hard to play against a good team like that. And they tied Greece. Georgia's one of those teams you think, yeah, they're just there, they get smashed every time, but they got the Georgian Messi.
I knew he was gonna say it.
They got the Georgian
Dude,
Messi. That guy's nasty.
True that.
dude, I'm excited. I'm excited ever since you sent me that video.
Dude, Georgia are playing good too.
Yeah, I know. All right, that concludes the international break surprises. Moving on to our fifth topic, USA not making the Olympics and how we felt about it.
Um,
Mason, you can start off with this one.
I am a USA supporter. I can admit where my strengths and weaknesses are. Sometimes I'm a little out of the loop. I don't know if it's just a disconnect, but to me it didn't really feel like the end of the world. Like it's a U23 competition in my mind. It's like if I don't know, probably would have gone against Neymar and then have him score a game winner when he's 30 years old and start crying because he won a U23 tournament. But
Those are some of the dumbest rules.
all jokes aside,
You're allowed one
I
player above the age.
I think the senior team's playing great. I looked at it today. I don't think they've lost since like October of 2019. Not that they've had a lot of matches where they've been competing for a lot of things, but it's still they're in good form. To me, I don't really know many of the players on the U23 team because it feels like the senior team is the best U23s in general. With players like Pulisic, Josh Sargent, Gio Reyna, Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie, to name a few. I don't know if they're all U23 to be
No, I'm
completely
pretty sure
honest.
they all are.
It's
They're
just
all
like
I think Christian
23.
Pulisic is 23 now,
Yeah.
it's just like
but that's but everybody else is,
yeah.
yeah.
Be honest, who would even play on that team? Because
I know. They're already all on the senior team.
yeah,
Joey, what were your thoughts on
I think
not
it's
making
just
it?
like kind of like a wake up thing where I think USA is definitely a promising team where their players are good, but I don't think it's like I think it's kind of like, oh, just because you have young players and young talent doesn't mean you're just gonna be handed everything. So like you kind of have to, you're gonna have to struggle. You're not gonna win every game. And I know, yes, it's not those guys, but it's still like those guys that play for the U23s could play for the senior team in the future. I think it's just beneficial for them to know what it's like to know what that pain is to lose and not qualify for a tournament that you should be qualifying for.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I also do agree with Mason though. I don't think this is a big deal in any way, no matter how the media wants to portray it.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be like this, but the Olympics for soccer have just never like men's soccer, nobody takes the Olympics seriously. They all take their under 23s and stuff. And it also I do feel like that should change though, because the Olympics are so big. I feel like that would be another cool thing to see. The
yeah,
problem is
well, I
there's
think
Copa
it's
America and Euro every year that the
yeah.
Olympics are on.
yeah, true. It's also kind of like
Also, oh sorry.
oh, it's all good. It's like it kind of shows how the U.S. isn't really like kind of like Joey said, like we're not fully there. Like it feels like the future's bright, but at the same time, it's like the younger levels aren't really quite there yet. Like the depth isn't really there. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of European countries and stuff. It's like their senior team is good and their youth teams are good. Us, it's kind of like this big rebuilding process, and we're not
Yeah,
not
definitely.
quite there yet.
No, it's gonna take time too because they got to shift away from like in recent years it was like a bunch of MLS players with a couple of guys playing in Europe thrown in there.
Yeah.
But now it's transformed so much to the point where most of the squad is playing in Europe. So it's
Yeah.
like I don't think the Olympics is something they should be focused on. I don't think it's something that Taylor Twellman needs to post a video about saying this
Oh
is,
yeah.
this is a disgrace and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like they got to focus on the World Cup.
Also,
Definitely.
not a lot of teams play in the Olympics.
Oh, no
It's
way.
like I don't even know how many teams. It's probably like 8
It
teams
is
or
8, yeah.
yeah. Like you gotta think like a World Cup has 32 teams, Euro has 24. That's so many teams, and we're 8 teams, and probably like most of them are like okay. Then it's not
Mhm.
like France, Germany,
Yeah.
Portugal, like all those teams playing against each other. It's like
Yeah.
Mexico and United States, Honduras,
Mhm.
England sometimes.
Yeah. And especially with the U21 Euro being this summer because it got delayed with COVID and stuff,
Yeah,
it's gonna be weird because
yeah.
those teams are gonna be going to the Olympics too. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. On to topic number 6. Portugal's recent results. Past 3 games, international break. I think we can all agree they didn't go as we expected. Weren't the worst, but it most definitely wasn't the best. I'll
Yeah.
probably just go over all 3 games. We can talk about each. I mean, the first one played Azerbaijan in Italy. What it was considered a home game, but ended up being played in Italy due to COVID. Got a 1-0 win off an own goal. I do think we deserved more from that game. I mean, the Azerbaijan goalkeeper played out of his mind. I think I saw Portugal had 27 shots, 14 on target. So he had like 14 saves.
Habib, he kind of
Yeah.
looked like Habib Nurmagomedov. I remember.
Yeah, dude, he did. He really
Uh,
did.
hats off to
What
him
did
though.
you guys take from that game?
Uh, that Azerbaijan goalie better be playing in a top 5 league by next season. For one, for two, it was. I know it doesn't necessarily translate into how good you are. I mean, like Germany just lost to North Macedonia. Like it's the game of soccer. It's what happens. But it's a little upsetting as a Portugal fan, thinking like this is it. We got the super team. They're ready to go, and then they go out together for the first game, like in a while, with all these like players who have
Stars, like
who are
stars.
nasty now, and then they go 1-0 to Azerbaijan. Like I said, not really direct translation. It's not per se like, oh, if you're good, you have to win 5-0. But it's like it was a little bit of a letdown, a little bit.
That one they definitely deserved more from.
Yeah,
Um, After that, they traveled to Serbia, where they got a 2-2 tie after dominating the first half. Joey, what are your thoughts? What do you take from that game?
I think it's just where like the same thing with the United States, but this is different because I think Portugal has a way better team than the United States does have right now. But it's another thing where they have a good team. Portugal is definitely a youngish team that's exciting to watch. And I think it's just a learning experience that you can be beating a team 2-0, but they're not gonna give up. They're gonna keep on trying to score.
Mhm. Yeah, I'd say from that game, I think the first half they played so well. They went into the
Yeah.
half up 2-0. Like they were playing really well. I did not think Serbia had a chance of getting in that game again. And then
Mhm.
halftime hit in the second half, they just could not string a pass. All their shots were going straight at the goalie. Ronaldo played, I can like firmly say this. Ronaldo played one of the worst games I'd ever seen him play. He missed at least 5 chances that I counted on my own, like right in
Yeah.
front.
Yeah.
Yes. Did we get robbed at the end? Yes. Did we deserve to win though? No, not really. I think
Mm.
we were lucky to get out of there with the tie towards the end.
Serbia is honestly doing bits. Uh, They that game against Ireland, another heartbreak for me, but
Mm.
they kind of popped off.
I
Yeah,
think
Serbia's proving that if they go down, they can come back because they went down against both teams.
Down
I
but
think
never out.
I think these bigger teams are starting to think that it's too easy. Like World Cup qualifiers in the past, it's always been like, oh, who's gonna top the group, but definitely this week we've seen that, like with North Macedonia beating Germany, uh, Georgia, going 1-0 up against Spain. It's showing that like they're getting better, and
Mhm.
it's not going to be like easy qualifying for these World Cups anymore.
Yeah, even Luxembourg, as
Yeah,
I was going
Luxembourg.
to mention next, Luxembourg gave us a run for our money in the first half. I thought we were on the phone. I
They
thought
were
we were going to
beating us. They
lose.
were beating.
They could
Yeah,
not.
yeah,
Portugal
yeah.
was not doing anything.
Yeah, that was
Even when Portugal went up, or
Mhm.
tied it, Luxembourg was still having chances to
Yeah,
score. Like Gerson Rodriguez
yeah. Should
from
be playing for
Dynamo
Portugal,
Kiev.
but it's all right.
who knows?
Ugh,
Luxembourg is.
Yeah, I mean, on to that game. I mean, we got a 3-1 win. Just happy to get the 3
it was a good
points.
one.
Please,
It's
Ireland,
Mason.
do something.
Yeah,
We're going back to that.
I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
PTSD's kicking in. Haven't won a game since 2017. This is what it does to you. All right, onto the seventh topic. Get Mason's mind off of Ireland. What were your guys' thoughts on during that Serbia game? Frustration kicking in. Ronaldo had one of the worst games of his career. He ended up scoring at the end, but the ref said it didn't cross the line when it clearly crossed the line.
Yeah.
And then he ended up walking off the field before the game was over in frustration, ripped off his armband, chucked it at the ground. What were your guys' thoughts on that?
Honestly, like
I don't.
I mean, everyone wants to shit on Ronaldo because it's the big headline. It's Ronaldo, but as a Portuguese fan, Portuguese descendant, I should say, and a fan of the Portugal team, this is not what you want to see. Like, I don't know. I feel like I would have. Well, I would have rather him not done any of it, but I would have rather had him storm off and not throw off the armband. It's just like, come on, Ronaldo, you know better than this. Like, been the captain for years. It's an
Since
honor to captain.
2008. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an honor to captain your country. Like, that's like, to me, that's like, obviously, I don't think it's what he meant, but like, it's like a symbolism of like, screw this. Like, I don't care about this. I'm getting robbed. Even though I know he was just mad at the refs, but it's like that doesn't really prove anything to the ref. The ref's like, it's not going to lose sleep
There's got to
over
be
it.
a certain, no matter how pissed you get, there's got to be a certain level of maturity.
Exactly. It's a young team too. Like, well, not the whole team, but there's a lot of young players. Like, that's not really what you want them to
Everybody
be showing
looks
them.
up. Everybody looks up to him.
Every
You always
Portuguese
hear
person.
when a youngster gets called up, they all say the same quote. It's crazy that I saw Ronaldo in person and not on the PlayStation. They
Yeah.
all say the same thing.
Literally.
Like,
Yeah.
Joey, what do you think on this situation?
I think it's where people. I don't think people understand that players are like people, like are people too. They get pissed off. They don't. They sometimes do like bad things. But even the coach of Portugal said after the game, yeah, Ronaldo's the captain. He knows that he's the captain. He's gonna lead us. Like, yeah, he shouldn't have done it, but you know, other
Yeah.
people do that,
Yeah.
and it's like you're just mad. You're just mad at the
Yeah,
time.
exactly. It's like I'm saying. It's just like it's a bad example because you can kind of tell what he meant, obviously, but it's like symbolic of like I'm giving up on the team right now. Like this ain't worth
Yeah.
my time, even though it's probably not what he
Yeah.
meant, but it's what it feels like.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like I think he just can't do that. You just can't. Knowing he knew he was gonna get the media headlines as soon as he probably did it. Like he screwed himself, and it gives us such a bad look. Like to have your captain doing this and stuff, and it's like Ronaldo is always getting portrayed as being cocky and arrogant and stuff, which at times, as a soccer fan, you have to admit, at times he is arrogant. He's not the only one, but he is arrogant at times. And it's like what you said, the whole I'm too good for this and stuff. And like you just can't do that. You can't walk off the field before the game's over.
Good
I
news.
get it.
I would probably do the same thing.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
you would.
I would.
Yeah.
I would. If that happened to me, I would walk off the field.
Yeah, I know.
I would
You'd
walk
love it. You'd love it. Paiva
Yeah.
slams armband on the ground. You'd love that headline.
The good news is I don't know if it's true, but I read on Instagram that a groundskeeper got a hold of it and they're auctioning it off for some sort
Yeah.
of Serbian charity for like
Yeah,
kids, I think.
I saw that.
Something
Yeah,
along
me
those
too.
lines.
Yeah, I did see that.
So,
Also,
I
hey,
mean, at least there's a positive to it. Was Ronaldo thinking in his head, this money's gonna go to charity? No.
no,
also,
He can't
also,
do that. He can't do that.
I
no.
wanna bring up a important point. Why in the hell is there no VAR or goal line technology in
That
World
blows my
Cup
mind.
qualifiers? There is VAR in the
Everywhere.
Portuguese league, in the Turkish league, and you can't afford it for a game between Portugal and
Dude,
Serbia?
In the
it's
World Cup,
ridiculous.
Like, you're gonna have it in the
Ridiculous.
World Cup. Why
it's literally
are
FIFA.
you like, yeah,
I don't understand that
doesn't
either.
make sense. Doesn't
I
make sense.
really don't. Crazy thing is they're probably the federation that makes the most money in the world, I'd say, in the soccer world.
Probably.
Yeah.
All right. Enough just crapping on Ronaldo. Let's move on. Last topic of the day, boys. We got U21 Portugal and their recent performances at the U21 Euro. They have been quite the exciting team in this
Yeah,
tournament, and
definitely.
it's been very enjoyable to watch. We've watched all 3 games together. Starting off with the first one, they got a 1-0 win against Croatia. They went on second game, 2-0 win against England. And their third game yesterday, they finished the group off with a 3-0 win against Switzerland. 6 goals forced, my bad, and 0 goals conceded. This group is really special. They're really good. It's
Yeah.
exciting. It's really exciting to see, especially with all the guys that are already on the senior team. Thinking about how there could be more guys on this U21 team, but they're already too good for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
The depth is unreal.
Dude.
If you guys had to pick one player that has surprised you so far for the national team, like U21 national team, who would it be?
Mm,
Probably Fabio Vieira
Yeah,
or Vitinha. Both
dude.
of them are like when Vitinha went to Wolves, and then I first started hearing about Fabio Vieira at Porto. I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh yeah, okay, he's hyped because he's Portuguese, young. But then I
Yeah.
saw him play for Wolves, and I was like, he's okay. But he's definitely he's played really good at the Euro. And I
Uh-huh.
think it's a good sign for Wolves.
Yeah.
honestly, I think sounds doing good. He's like 18, right? 19, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
still kind of
18.
younger than most of them. He like broke his shoulder 5 minutes into getting subbed on one of the games,
The
and
first game,
then
yeah.
he scored. Guero has been kind of playing good. Like he's
Yeah.
a big part of that back line. He's the captain. People
Mhm.
kind of wrote him off after he left Porto and went to Famalicão, I want to say. I don't.
Yeah. He
Okay,
did. Yeah.
and then he scored. He scored most recently in their last game. So he's kind
Mhm.
of been the surprise for me, I think.
Yeah. I'd say for me, I think my surprise player has probably been Danny Mata.
Yeah.
You just haven't really heard about him that much. Like we know him because he was on like Juventus U23s, and we've watched all the Portugal tournaments, U17, U19. We try to catch all of them. He's been on this team a couple years now, and that's the only reason we know him. It's crazy, as Joey mentioned a couple days ago, like where they went to find him.
Yeah, it's just random.
And it's kind of weird how good he is, where he's playing for the Juventus 23s, U23s, sorry, and he ends up getting sold to a team in the second division of Italy. I forgot what they're called now.
Monza.
Monza, yes, yeah. And he's still good. Like I think he could definitely play in Portugal. Like he's a good player.
Yeah.
And I'd
Definitely.
probably say not a player like individually, but the midfield. Portugal's midfield with the likes of Florentino Luis, Jedson Fernandes, Vitinha, Daniel Bragança, Fabio Vieira, those guys have been playing exceptional.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
absolutely incredible.
True.
And like, it has been so exciting to see them. And I'm just excited because everybody's probably going to be like, oh, when Ronaldo retires, like Ronaldo's done, Portugal aren't going to be as good anymore. I think they're going to be better.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be better no matter. I don't know. I think now Portugal's national senior team is so focused on getting Ronaldo the ball because he gets pissed off when he doesn't get the ball.
Mm.
And it's like watching them play as a team is enjoyable and stuff. And before we end it, I would like to point out this tweet by one of my favorite guys on Twitter, Marino Peixoto, tweeting all things Portugal. We got Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets as Vitinha, Daniel Bragança,
Oh,
and Fabio Vieira.
dude, Daniel Bragança is another one. He is nasty.
Yeah. He's been playing good.
He's playing really good.
All
Yeah.
right, boys. I hope you enjoyed the third episode. Sorry it got posted a couple days late. Everybody's got busy schedules and stuff. But keep tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe. Jay Lings and Lewa over there in the corner. And yeah, thank you all. See you soon. Peace.